I'm here today on Island Focus with Sanford Inouye, who's President and CEO of Ōlelo Community Media. Thank you for taking the time to be with us, Sanford.
Aloha, Lila. Very happy to be here with you on Island Focus.
Well, as Island Focus is one of the signature programs of Ōlelo, and I'm very grateful to be part of this, perhaps you can share what other adjustments have been made at the station. We used to film on location, and now we're doing virtual. What other changes have been made?
You know, Lila, that's a great question because everyone's been affected by the COVID pandemic, right? With the shutdown starting in late March, pretty much all the way through summer and, just a few weeks ago. So at Ōlelo, we used to be doing this program, Island Focus, on premise at different locations throughout the island, having multiple guests being taped in a single day, but also highlighting the location that we're at. And that was a very great part of the program because people got to see not only our leaders in the community, but also where we are and learn a little bit more about that location and what they do, etc. I missed that. During the COVID situation, we needed to pivot because we couldn't go on premise anymore. And I have to hand it to my team here at Ōlelo, where in just a matter of a couple weeks, they developed a platform that we could do our broadcasts virtually and remotely, and thus gave birth to the new Island Focus format, where now you're at home doing this show. I'm in my office talking with you, and our crew is recording this program virtually and remotely. So we've been able to pivot not only with this program, but also with other programs during the summer. As you remember, the legislature had not adjourned until way into summer, right? And so they had two special committees related to COVID. And we were able to work with the legislature in having those hearings shown on Ōlelo. And the response from the public was tremendous. People wanted to hear directly from our leaders, our policymakers, to know more about what's going on. What are we going to be doing with respect to COVID? And what's the plans for the state of Hawaii moving forward? With this new platform that we developed, it gave us the opportunity to do more programming because it is simpler than being on premises and having the ability to reach more people remotely in terms of putting a program together. So with that, we pivoted and we're still doing this today. And I long for the day that we return to on-premises broadcasts. In the meantime, this works well and it provides the information that's relevant and timely to our viewers. So very happy that we were able to pivot and provide the program to our community at large.
And not only do we provide information and opportunities, to share what's going on with the community, the community also has, in terms of free speech, the access to share their own stories through our station. Maybe you could speak a little bit more about the power of free speech and how that guides our mission.
Ōlelo spawned from freedom of speech. It was the very beginning of community access, where people could stand on a soapbox on the street corner and say whatever they wanted, so long it was quote unquote legal. Community access is non-commercial, it's unfettered, it's not edited, and it's free speech. And it was provided by Congress back in 1984 to provide community access programming on cable systems throughout the country. What that empowered the entire community is the opportunity to really get trained on how to use equipment to create your content. Anything that you wanted to share to the community at large, you could do at Ōlelo. And free speech is so important to us today, I can't say enough, because it is one of our most treasured rights. This month, starting October 19th, we'll be celebrating the National Free Speech Week. Here at Ōlelo, we have a myriad of activities at our center at Māpunapuna that will showcase and engage with our clients and the community about the value of free speech, what you can do as an individual to create your story, unfettered, unedited, and share it to the community through Ōlelo.
As we wrap up our conversation, what are some words of encouragement that you could give our community to keep on giving?
To our viewers, we couldn't do what we do without you, the community members. Our clients, our members, producers, we have thousands of community members like you who have joined Ōlelo, created their programs, and shared their stories on our cable channels. Those opportunities should be treasured and also utilized. We want you to engage with Ōlelo, community access, learn about what we do, take our training so that we can empower you to create your stories and share it to the greater community.
There are many challenges facing community media relative to freedom of speech and also connectivity. Mm-hmm. What are you folks doing among the islands to stay connected?
We're very fortunate in Hawaii to have 4 community access centers that are independent, but actually we're tied together because of our mission. So when we have a live broadcast, let's say from the state capitol, that live broadcast is fed directly live to the neighbor islands. They'll pick it up, and so that community members throughout the state will have the ability to view what's going on at the state capitol at the same time throughout the state. In addition to that, Akaku, Ho'ike, Naleo, and Ōlelo, we get together on a regular basis to talk about what's important to community access, what's going on in terms of our own communities, share best practices, and looking at our services and programs and see where we can be better at what we do.
Thank you for sharing those words of encouragement, Sanford, and we will look forward to many more programs on all of our stations. Thank you.
Thank you, Lila, for the opportunity to be with you on Island Focus. Very much appreciated.
Appreciate you being with us also on Island Focus as we've met Sanford Inouye, President and CEO of Ōlelo Community Media on Oahu. Aloha.